Can you come on?
You know, I've taken a little bit of time today, but I think even if I add up all the times I waited for you,
please,
it will never equal this. Ever.
Scratch never enough. Never enough. Never enough. For me. For me. For me. For me.
You're not Lauren Allred. Stop trying to beat Lauren Allred. You're Monet all brown.
According to you, I'm all red.
Today was your last day of your
Oh wait, we're recording?
Yeah.
Oh my God! No one told me we were fucking recording. That's okay.
Oh, she's shy. I'm shy. Oh.
Let me tell y'all how Bob be putting on. Bob, before we were recording, Bob was in the only mood, attitude. And now that he saw that little motherfucking red button at the top, talking about some, you'll never be on red. No. Now you want to put on. You be putting the fuck on for these fucking bitches.
Okay, first of all, the way that you know Monet's full of shit, you didn't even realize they were recording. So apparently, this alleged shift in
you knew.
This alleged shift in my personality.
But you knew.
This alleged shift in my personality, what was the shift?
Jacob can corroborate that you were in a mood.
Despite your best efforts to put me in a mood, I'm not in a mood today. I am a little sleepy, which I've stated several times. I just woke up.
Yeah, you sleepy, just like your drag.
All right. So today we're reviewing Drag Race Season 15, Episode 7.
Jacob, first of all, to quote Malaysia to Marsha, don't ever cut me off. I don't cut you off. I never disrespected you. Don't disrespect me. You sit here every week talking about your makeup. I let you talk. I let you say your piece.
Down. Okay, can I just say, after we are 7 weeks into RuPaul's Drag Race Season 15, I am officially obsessed with Mistress Isabel Brooks.
You've been obsessed since episode 1. Like what's like?
But like now, but you had that obsession. But now I'm like, cause now you see their body of work. You see, she's a great fucking dancer. She's fashion. She looks good. She's funny. She's good in challenges. I want this fat bitch to win so bad. I want this bitch to win. I love Mistress Isabel Brooks.
Yeah, MIB, Men in Black is she's great. Whenever I see her name, I always think Men in Black. I don't know why. Every time I think Men in Black.
Bob, I missed you. Before we start, I want to celebrate you for a second. My little Daisy, my little Dipsy Doodle. I was so proud of you. I've seen so many little tags from your Troubadour show. You were number 1 on the iTunes charts overall for rap. You were number 5 on iTunes overall.
So I'm
so proud of you.
So it is crazy.
You peaked in high school, honey.
I peaked at number 5 on the for albums out of all albums, which is really wild. And then I peaked at 1, which is as high as you can peak, honey. Now, granted, it was for like 3 hours, but that's not the point. Actually, I went back and forth like 2 times. So there's this rapper named Big X the Plug who Big X's album is really good. I'm not gonna lie.
I just don't know. I've never even heard that name before. I don't know who that is.
I went and listened to Mr. The Plug's music, and I will say Big X has like 2 million Spotify listeners. So the fact that I even am up there with him at all is really, really impressive. But listen, if you guys are listening and you have not had a chance to listen to my album yet, my EP, please go give my album a little listen and leave me a review on iTunes. I would love if you could leave me a review on iTunes because I'm really proud of this EP and we're turning up. Thank you so much. How was your last day of your
throwing up your lower back like damn?
How was your last day at the opera?
Also, Bob, pushing your gain down a little bit.
Drag me.
Yeah, because you're peaking, honey. You're peaking all around.
Is this better?
I mean, you were fine for me before, so I don't know.
But I think it's not peaking. So
how's that?
That's great. Say something loud.
Something loud, honey.
Yeah, that's fine. I think we'll go from there.
Jacob just, I guess it's fine. Whatever.
That's Jacob. I was talking to Jacob. Jacob and Kennedy. Someone asked one of them something. I was like, "Do you guys want to do this?" And they both do this. Sure. That drives me. I'm like, yes or no? Sure.
Well, Kennedy in general, Kennedy's general demeanor is she's very apathetic. She's just like, yeah.
Sure. And I'm like, this is wild. This is your last night. This is your last night of the opera at the
It's my last night in Minneapolis. Today was our last show. We did a matinee today, and the president, the director of the opera company, like the highest position you can have at the Minnesota Opera here, Ryan Taylor, came up to me before the show. He's like, I don't want to get like super emotional or make you think that I'm just telling you this because you're Monet, whatever. He was like, in my decades doing this, I have never seen people react to someone the way they did to you at an opera. And he's like, it just speaks to like, like just the people who came to just see you because you're in this, but also people who love opera and were really taken aback by your talents on the show. And he was just really pleased with it. We're talking about doing some stuff in the future. I have like all these ideas of these operas I want to do. Like number one is doing a magic flute. I think I told you this before. I want to be drag Zoroastro. I want it to be queen versus queen. I have the other ideas from Don Giovanni and some other operas. So we're working on some good stuff. The ballet hitting them up in Sydney and Australia. They were like, we need Monet's contact information because we want her to come and do this thing in Sydney. So we're looking for opportunities to come in.
At the ballet. That's so cool.
Yeah, I know.
Well, there were ballet dancers, there were ballerinas in the opera. So ballet and opera go hand in hand a lot. Yeah.
I won't say they go hand in hand a lot. There aren't many singing roles in ballet. But singing roles in ballet, but they are acting roles.
I thought that was like a Italian. Oh, Singaro. Oh yeah, I was like, yeah, bitch, Singaro. I live for a Singaro, honey. I was like, I'm in it. Singaro.
Bob has this idea. Y'all know Bob is the idea queen. If I was like, Monet, you need to do a gay version of an opera. And call it a name that I was like, Bob, I love that idea. We cannot call it that name because only certain people can say the name of the show, which is a big part and a part of telling the news about the show.
Just as a reminder, we've done an episode before where you both said the name loudly and then sang it like the part in the show.
Yeah, so say it.
We did?
Yeah, say it.
Oh, Bob thinks that I should do the gay marriage of Niggaro. And I'm like, we can't call it the gay marriage of Niggaro.
Honestly, that would slap. The gay marriage of Niggaro. Honestly,
anyway,
comment below if you want to see Monet do the gay marriage of Niggaro. Niggaro. That is so brilliant. It's some of my best work.
Anyway, it's not about us, Bob. Today, this is about the new queens of RuPaul's Drag Race in season 15, which there are 11 left. 12 left.
Do you think RuPaul's going to retire soon?
11. They're 11.
11.
Do you think RuPaul's going to retire soon? She has to at some point. She'll be 65 next. She'll be 65 this year.
No, RuPaul is 63.
Do you think Madonna's going to retire sometime soon?
Yeah. Well, I think what Madonna and RuPaul are doing is two different things, and I think that a lot of people do music into their 60s and 70s, and a lot of people host TV shows. Pat Sajak hosted Wheel of Fortune until he died. But it's drag. It's specifically drag race. It's not just. You think Pat Sajak and RuPaul are doing the same thing? There's a reason why RuPaul has way more Emmys than Pat Sajak's dusty. I'm just kidding. But Pat Sajak is passed away. I think. Is he dead? I don't think he's dead. You're thinking Alex Trebek.
Sure. I'm pretty sure Pat Sajak may be dead.
Wheel of Fortune, he's alive, Monet.
Oh.
Jacob will let us argue before he Googles. We would just be over.
Also, but they're still hosting TV shows. RuPaul is not getting up there doing challenges, and bitch, RuPaul is sitting behind a desk and saying yes, no, maybe so.
Wow, wow. You said RuPaul ain't doing shit.
Oh my God. That's what I'm saying.
Monet said RuPaul is barely lifting a fucking finger. Oh my God. Monet, why you RuPaul like always battling? Ever since she unfollowed you on Facebook, you've been real
on Facebook. Sour. Damn, Bob is really in his Gen X bag. Not Facebook.
What about Facebook? Did I say Facebook? Did I say Facebook?
With your Gen X and ass.
Wait, what's the name of this episode? Oh, I didn't title the document. Sorry, I've been trying to open my document this whole time.
It's Daytona wins 2.
Got it. Monet, my prediction came true.
Which was what?
That they're gonna redo Daytona Win, but there's no farts.
That's what I said. I thought that they were gonna tell the girls that there were farts and they were gonna take them out. But I think RuPaul told them what it was gonna be from jump.
Oh, really? What? Oh, did she?
Yeah.
Got it. So okay, by the way, I hadn't discussed last time, but I've since watched Untucked for last week's episode, and Malaysia really let Marsha have it. And honestly, Team Malaysia.
Really?
Team Malaysia.
I mean, we're gonna talk about it too because they go on about this in the fallout again. And we kind of differed last week in our opinions, and I still think that I get that Malaysia is hurt, but I think she's doing the most. And because later on, when her, I don't want to. Where are we gonna start?
If you guys want to understand my position better, go back and watch an episode called "The One About Bob's Tooth," and you'll see why I agree with Malaysia. Because some niggas don't know when the hee hee ha ha comes to an end. And you know what? I believe that Monet would be team fucking everyone else, honey. But anyway,
in the fall of the episode, they're talking about it, and I agree with Rux is like, okay, I get you were hurt, but bullying, especially with the fandom of RuPaul's Drag Race and the optics of that, we have to be really careful with what words we're using. Yeah, they were playing around too much. No one was bullying Malaysia. It was not. She was not bullying.
It's how she felt.
Yeah, but you can feel that way, but that does not make it true.
Well, if bullying is subjective, and that's how Malaysia felt, then it is what it is. Bullying is not a definitive word. It's all based on how you perceive it. And she felt like she was being bullied in the moment. Now, imagine you were her and everyone's being like, bitch, you're overreacting. You don't know what you're talking about. None of us were there. She knows how she felt in that moment.
But you have to be careful with the words that you use on TV. When you come on the show, you have to really be careful. All of us, when we go on the show, it is up to us because, again, fans watch the show and they're digesting what we're saying. So you have to be really careful about the words that you're using. And all of us watching it, no one felt that she was being bullied. Now, again, it's not our business.
I did not say she was or was not bullying. I wasn't there.
Do you feel that Malaysia was being bullied?
I really think it's from the perception of the person who is being bullied.
I know, but I'm saying, but you, just if you watching as a, did it look like a bullying scenario to you?
I believe that Malaysia felt bullied, and I believe that's valid. Whether or not it was bullying, it kind of teeters back and forth for me. If Malaysia wasn't joking, if Malaysia wasn't in on it, and they kept making fun, and she wasn't having fun.
They weren't making fun, though.
All I'm saying is, if Malaysia felt bullying, I'm not going to be here and say, that wasn't bullying, bitch. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. You weren't getting bullied. You sensitive bitch. You're just being sensitive.
I did not say all that. See, you cannot add all these things.
You called her
Bob.
a bitch. You called her a dumb bitch. You called her a sensitive crybaby bitch. You said her trauma from her childhood doesn't matter. Also, so at one point, this is we got one of these. I hate these apologies. Men in Black goes.
I know exactly what you're about to say.
I apologize if I made you feel that way. Excuse me.
Okay, and so I think everyone can identify with having to apologize to someone when you don't think you were in the wrong. And my thing is, okay, here's my thing. I know that's not a
apologize.
I know, but I think she did it because she wanted to make Malaysia feel better. And I think a lot of us can identify with wanting to apologize to someone, but not feeling like you did anything wrong. So I feel, and again, it may take some time, right? This just happened. This was probably in real time, like a 4-hour time difference. Like no one has had time to sit and think and process it. So it's like, I apologize if you felt bad. It was not my intention to make you feel bad. I apologize if that's what happened to you. And I think that's valid.
I think that saying I apologize if I made you, if you felt some kind of way is basically like, I'm sorry that you're sensitive. I'm sorry that's what in my opinion, and it's not an unpopular opinion. Apologizing if someone felt some sort of way is not an apology. That is not an apology. Which is funny because down the line, Malaysia gives Mistress the exact same apology down the line. Sorry if you felt some kind of way, but none of them are ever apologizing for their behavior or for their actions. They're just apologizing that you felt. I'm so sorry that you felt some kind of way. I'm so sorry that you felt a kind of way.
Well, as someone who has been on the receiving end of one of those Bob apologies,
first of all, I have apologized for my behavior. You can scour the internet.
You've never apologized to me. That's correct.
You can scour every hour of Sibling Rivalry, and you will not find me going, I apologize if you felt some kind of way.
It's never happened on Sibling Rivalry.
How convenient.
Oh wow, Bob. So our whole interaction, our whole friendship is just on fucking Sibling Rivalry? That's what you think, nigga?
I don't apologize if someone felt
Stop right there. I don't apologize. Just stop right there.
We also have full hours of you not apologizing to me, but we're gonna go into that. You literally refusing, even though I'm literally begging and with tears. Anyway, but as a rule, I don't apologize if someone felt some kind of way. That's just, to me, that's just not an apology. You know what I mean? Yeah. But also something else that Men in Black said that kind of drove me crazy. She goes, But I wrote it down or I typed it down. She goes, but what you don't have to do is speak about me when I'm not in the room. Bitch, I will speak about anybody I want in any way I want at any time I want. I don't necessarily agree with the notion that's like, you can't speak about me behind my back. Bitch, but I can.
But context. But there's context. She was saying that because Malaysia was saying all this stuff, and she wanted I'm not calling it maybe. She wanted Mistress to like own up to festive this thing when she was not there for the whole discussion. So how am I gonna hear your side of the story when I wasn't even there to hear what you're talking about?
That Malaysia was just, in my opinion, I don't know, but I think Malaysia was just a little bit too upset to rehash it. So Malaysia didn't feel like getting into it. And then when Lux brought it up, Malaysia said she said all of my thoughts. Malaysia didn't back down. She didn't say I didn't say that. She didn't cower in the corner. Malaysia said she said all of my thoughts. All the things she said was how I felt. But in the moment she said, but in the moment she just didn't feel like it seems like
she was one of the.
Well, she was in a bad mood. I think she was acknowledging that she was in a bad mood. And I can only imagine how upsetting it is when you're in a bad mood and everyone keeps acting like you being in a bad mood is out of control. When you're in a bad mood and everyone's like, we're all just kidding. What's wrong with you? That shit would drive me fucking crazy. No one's bullying you. You're acting crazy. And then, so she said all my thoughts. So in my opinion, Malaysia owned up to her feelings without having to hash it out. And I don't necessarily agree when folks say, but what you're not going to do is talk about behind my back. It's
but
like
Mistress said that Mistress said that before Malaysia said Lux said on my thoughts.
I can't remember if she said it before or not. But
that's a sequence. It happened because
sure. I don't remember.
Lux said the thing. Then Mistress pops off and she's like, "Well, you talking about me? You talking about me when I'm in the room?" Which prompted Malaysia to say, "Well, Lux just said on my thoughts that I thought about the thing." Then that's when Mistress was like, "Well, bitch." Da, 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 da. But also, we're talking about like again the Shreds of Drag Race. At this point, this is what 2 weeks in about. You are like, this is when you start to go crazy. I think 3 weeks is like the really like going crazy part, but this is when you start to unravel. As a person who's done it 3 times.
Not talking about people when they're not in the room.
No, I've talked about people when they're not in the room, but I will say if I say
the point I'm getting at, the line where she goes, "What you're not going to do is what you don't have to do is talk about me when I'm not in the room." I don't believe that we have a right to dictate when other people talk about anything, really.
I will say it is annoying and frustrating when someone will say something about you when you're not in the room, and when you're in the room, they're like, "Huh? I didn't say that."
She didn't go, "Huh?" She owned up.
I know. I'm saying that is a frustrating and an annoying thing to me when you and this mic when someone the squeakies.
It was wild. I just won't touch it.
When someone will say something about you when you're not in the room, and then when you're in the room, they're like, "Huh? What do you mean? I didn't say that." Oh, well, what I meant to say was, "No, bitch, what did you say when I wasn't there?"
Well, that is kind of annoying, but that's not what happened. That's not what happened here.
Yeah. Anyway, we can't hump it on it. We have a whole episode
respect on Malaysia Baby Doll Fox name. These Men in Black apologists.
Oh my God, please. Anyway, moving on, Bob.
Also, I love the next day they walk in, Malaysia got these girls on eggshells. Malaysia got these girls nervous.
Not Mistress. Not Mistress, honey.
Mistress literally didn't even want to look at Malaysia's. And Mistress was like, Mistress was like, I am not looking at this girl at all.
Some other inside tea is that Malaysia left set for a while and they had to go bring her back when she was gone for like 45 minutes.
Oh, Malaysia left set for a little bit.
See, this is why it kind of drives me a little bit crazy because like a lot of people are going on about how this fucking queen overreacted, and we do not know. You cannot determine whether or not someone else is overreacting. Like, it is so invalidating to tell someone that their action is an overreaction when we have so little of the context for why they're reacting the way that they are.
But she's also overreacting to girls. She's yelling on people. She's popping off on people. She's taking her anger and then it's bubbling over and pissing other people off. So we're invalidating other people reacting to her. They're reacting to the energy she's giving them.
That's not the same thing. I'm not invalidating anyone. When you're saying someone's overreacting, I'm not saying that anyone's overreacting. I don't think anyone is overreacting. I'm not invalidating anyone's feelings. It is invalidating though when you say, "Oh, ketchup and mustard." It is invalidating though. You and me. It is invalidating though when you say that someone's reaction is an overreaction. I don't think that Men in Black is overreacting. I don't think Lux is overreacting. I don't think Marsha's overreacting. So I don't see how I'm invalidating anything, but also when you're angry and someone tells you to shut up or stop talking, or I'm sick of talking about this, that shit would piss me off.
No one said that to her.
Yes, she did. Marsha said it to her in the last week. Marsha said, I'm sick of hearing about this. Marsha said,
Is that what Marsha said? Really?
Marsha said, I'm so sick of this subject. While she was in the middle of her thing, Marsha goes,
I didn't watch Untucked. I just saw a little
Marsha
clip,
goes,
so I don't remember.
I'm so sick of this subject. And Malaysia was like, baby, I'll let you complain for 3 weeks about your fucking makeup. Don't cut me off. Do not cut me off.
That's fierce.
And I think that is super duper valid. And when she was in that room, she never lied. She never denied. She just was in her feelings. And it is okay to have feelings. We do not know why this queen is reacting the way she is. So that's why I'm saying I don't think that she's overreacting. And I think it's weird that everyone keeps telling her she is. And obviously, if she left the room for 40 minutes or so, however long, even if she left the room for 10 minutes, clearly this affected her very greatly.
Words out with that. I'm saying, had I been in a situation, I'd have been like, bitch, it's not that deep. And that would have been my thing.
But that's so invalidating.
That would have been my experience. That is my experience.
No,
if I was in that situation, if I was mistress, and I mean, again, I can only see what we're seeing on the cameras, right? If I was a Lux and mistress, when everyone was like, because it wasn't even only Lux and mistress playing around. Everyone was laughing at Kikine. Even Malaysia, I watched the clip again. Even Malaysia and Sasha were like laughing around. Sasha was like making funny eyes. So I could see how Malaysia and Lux were like, oh, we're just Kikine. Even later when Mistress and Malaysia talk about it, they even talk about like, this is the dynamic they have off camera. This is how they play around all the time. So that's why Mistress didn't think that it was anything crazy. She thought that Malaysia was just playing around with them because that's the dynamic they have off camera, on camera all the time.
The way I probably would have handled it, I probably would have said, you know what? I apologize. I didn't realize that would be upsetting. And I thought we were just kidding. And I can see now that you're not in a good mood, and I apologize. If I would have realized that you were upset when you were, I wouldn't have made those jokes. So I apologize. I'm sorry. That's what I would have done. Instead of being like, it is not that deep. Imagine when you're mad and 2 or 3 people going, it is not that deep. It's not that serious, baby. I mean, imagine how you would feel if someone did that shit to you.
I will say on Drag Race, again, at this time, Drag Race really, the stress of the show heightens feelings and heightens emotions. You do feel stuff differently where you're in this pressure cooker of the show and with all the stresses of the show. So I think that that factor plays into it and why things got misconstrued.
Malaysia, let's move on.
Anyway, the next day, Ru introduces a challenge. They're doing the Daytona Wins Part 2. And because Aura won last week's challenge, she gets to dish out the roles. And I think Aura is dishing out the roles. And I think she sees everyone choosing fancy. So she goes for fancy. I don't think her natural inclination was to go with fancy, but I think in her mind she's like, oh, everyone's choosing that, I should choose that role because that's what everyone wants.
I hadn't given that much thought. I mean, maybe what was weird to me was that I kind of like, so Ori gets to sign the roles because she won last week's challenge, and she says that anyone who's been nice to her is going to get the roles they want. I don't know if she's just kidding or not, because she seems to just kind of she doesn't really seem to do anything shady with the passing out of the role. Maybe she was just like doing a bit, because she didn't seem to favor anyone in particular. Did you think so?
No, I don't think so.
She also said that she's never done anything over the top, but last week she was really over the top. That was kind of the whole thing, that she was really over the top.
Oh yeah, the old lady metal thing.
Over the top, and like last week I was like, girl, last week you were really, the whole thing was, and also her runway was over the top. She does a lot over the top. So like the one with her back exposed, she does a lot over the top stuff.
Yeah. But I mean, in the challenge, we're going to see she struggled a little bit. Well, not a little bit, a lot of it in the challenge. And maybe it's because she wasn't allowing herself to go a little over the top. So
everyone's saying that. So during rehearsal, everyone's gagging because Malaysia, who's got these bitches on their fucking tippy toes.
Mistress and Malaysia, they're in the same group. They end up being in the same
everyone's
group.
Gagging because Malaysia got these bitches on their tippy toes, and Mistress and her in the same group. Why you hate Malaysia so much? What's your issue?
Stop.
What's your issue with Baby Doll?
This is you're on your Tamisha Iman shit. You're on your Tamisha Iman shit. Starting drama is not there. You're on your Tamisha Iman. I am not playing this game with you. You're on your Tamisha Iman.
What's your issue with the fox?
You're on your Tamisha Iman stuff. I'm not playing this game with you. Anyway.
They said what the fox say. You know what the fox said? The parent of the fox says, don't ever interrupt me. That's what does the fox say? Don't ever disrespect me, because I've never disrespected you.
Mistress and Malaysia in the same group.
What does the fox say? The fox says, I said what I said.
And when they're rehearsing, it's clear that Aura Mayari does not know a lot of Drag Race references.
I'm like, watch the show.
I'm like, bitch, do you know what show you auditioned to be on? How do you not know these references to the show? These aren't like F-side references, like, like something Bob the Drag Queen said on season 8. These are like things like Soak It Up, or when they exchanged it, Vivacia. These are like primetime Drag Race references.
Rigor Morris, she didn't know what Any Hole Is a Goal is. And I was like, does this girl watch the show at all?
It's so crazy.
This is like when Beavis and Harbonnet didn't know who Ornacia was.
Oh, she didn't? I don't remember that.
Yeah, Beavis and Harbonnet on All Stars on her
3.
All Stars 3. She didn't know who Ornacia was.
Well, I don't think BB has watched a single episode of Drag Race that she's not on.
You're probably right. Like
knowing BB.
Yeah. But yeah, they're really gagging. So what ends up happening is, do you think that did Mistress play her? Did Mistress
Mistress finessed the shit out of Aura Mayard.
That's what I would have done.
Oh, and girl, I was watching. I was like, this is some Bob the Drag Queen tactic, girl. This is some Bob. You probably like, Monet, if I were you, I would give that role to me, because I honestly think you would just shine better as doing this. Monet, trust me when I tell you, Monet, this is you. Monet, this is you.
But also, Mistress was right though. Like was she finessing? Probably, but I think that Aura would have got even more lost in the sauce.
I agree.
If she had the role of Fancy, she would have got completely lost in the sauce, in my opinion.
Mistress is smart. She is crafty. She is sneaky. She is beautiful. She is everything that we need in a drag race winner. I love her.
Yeah, and Mistress is a really great queen, and she also I saw a clip of her online dancing. She dances
Bitch, me too. In the white thing,
she dances like Candy Davenport.
Bob, that's what's pushed me over the hill. I was like, this bitch, she better fucking move.
My entire table.
Belinda China Shop, girl. Welcome to the stage, Belinda China Shop.
Oh my God. There's hot chicken and sauce on the ground.
No, hot chicken and sauce. I'm fucking dead.
I have to get it before it stains the carpet.
On the carpet? Oh my, y'all, this is, I can't.
Can you just repeat what Bob said just in case?
So this nigga was trying to show us the Mistress dance moves. And the first little fouette, he kicks over a table which has hot sauce and chicken all over it. Apparently he kicked it onto a rug. So he needs to clean the rug before it stains.
Oh my God. Anyway. Hey, look, we can't all be mistresses. We can't all be men in black. We can't all be men in black. So, when Spice goes up,
are you talking about the actual challenge
right?
now? The actual challenge.
Do what?
Are you talking about the rehearsing or like rehearsing? Yeah,
it's the same, right? It's the same.
It's so tired.
It's Miley Cyrus.
It's tired.
It's.
I mean, what I honestly think, this is my. You can tell me what you think about this. I think that Spice is. I like Spice. I think Spice is funny, and I think she's cute. I just think that Spice has not had a whole lot of time to cook and marinate in the real world of trying to do this stuff. Whereas you have people like, yeah, Marsha has only been doing drag for 2 years, whatever it is, but she's also a theater kid, right? Marsha has had to act. Marsha has had to do all these things, where she had to build different characters and do different stuff. So that's why, even though they've been doing drag for the same amount of time, it is just different. Like Spice has not had enough time to do this stuff to try to perfect these skills.
Also, somebody gathered us. They said Marsha has never been on Broadway. Someone was like, let me tell y'all, Monet and Bob, I love y'all. Marsha's not, as a Broadway, Marsha has never been on Broadway, honey.
Oh my God.
I was like, damn, y'all are passionate. These not the Broadway gatekeeping.
Well, because Marsha is a theater kid, let me say that. She's had time to do all this stuff, and Spice just haven't had the time. And it is the same character every time. Bitch, when Rue and Michelle read her on the main stage for that fucking your favorite little move.
Oh, I hate that move. By A-N-T. You're A-N-T. And I was like, what is Miley Cyrus doing back? Like, how did Miley Cyrus get back in here?
And as soon as Jax came onto the scene, a mess. a mess, a mess, a mess, a mess. Jax is just not. Jax
Well,
is
Jax is
not
so
with it.
Jax is a very understated queen, but also I don't think that in my opinion on Drag Race, I would not personally go for the stoner character. And if you do, it has to be over the top. It has to be Cheech and Chong. It can't be Clerks. It has to be like Half Baked, not Clerks. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It has to be. It has to be. I mean, even you think of a stoner like Laganja. Laganja is a stoner, but she's not like, yeah, man.
Yeah,
Laganja is the most turned up of all of us.
But even when she was doing the stone character, I'm like, that wasn't even giving me stone character. It just looked like she was just like, yeah, how are you? It wasn't giving me like, yeah, man. You know, it was like, it was even her stone version of herself was still so subdued.
Yeah, it was really it really kind of felt like pulling blood from a stone at certain points.
That is some southern. That is a southern thing. Is that a southern thing?
I don't know. I mean, is it?
Yeah, girl. It's like pulling blood from a stone.
I don't know. Maybe it is southern. Sometimes a lot of stuff I do apparently I found out was black or southern when someone told me it was black or southern. One of my friends told me I didn't realize it was a black thing until a white person told me, and I was like, "Oh, is that a black thing?" I did not know this was a black thing.
What?
In bodegas, if you hold up something and say, "How much is this?"
Is that a black thing?
Like not near the cash register. You have to be where the thing is. Apparently, it's the black thing to like go to be where the thing is and hold it up and look at the clerk and go, "How much is this?
How much is this?" Well, I thought that was just a New York thing. I didn't realize that was like a black thing.
I do it. I used to do it all the time in New York City, and there's something else.
Oh yeah, same. I'm trying to think if any of my white friends would do that, and I don't think I have a recollection of. Imagine Nick at the bodega, like, how much is that?
Yeah, no, Jacob, would you stand over by the sodas and hold it up and ask how much it is?
That is not a behavior that I particularly identify with. No.
Like I don't see Mateo walking in and asking how much the muscle milk is, like at the fridge. You know what I mean? All right, then, bitch. I will be in the back. You know, because if they're not like a little narrow thing, then bitch, I will be in the back corner.
Oh.
Like,
I feel like most bodegas have those little red stickers that have the cost on them.
no, that
baby,
is the nice
bodega,
ones, bitch.
Baby, they charge you what the prices differ at midnight versus noon versus 5 o'clock. Am I lying one night? Depending on how much the person likes you,
girl.
the prices will change.
Exactly.
The same thing. You got the same thing yesterday. How is it $6 more today? I did not know it was a black thing. That's
why you can never walk with you always walk with excess money because you don't know what the inflation is going to be that day. You don't know what the price is going to be that day.
Also, fun fact: if you go to New York City, by the way, this is illegal, but they're going to do it anyway. If you use your debit card, they're going to charge you more. That's not
a $2 thing.
You're not supposed to be able to do that. You're not. They will just charge you for using a debit card.
Yeah, that shit is crazy. New York is on some. New York be finessing niggas all the time.
Oh, finessed down every second of the day. But I still love this. I'm actually really happy to be back. Now let's go to the mirror moment. So Malaysia then turns around and says to Mistress that she apologized to her if she felt some kind of way, which is such a weird apology to me personally.
Well,
you don't think that's a weird apology?
I don't think it's a weird apology. I think it's something that I've used before when I genuinely am not feeling like.
You're not sorry. What are you apologizing for? Then you're not really sorry.
But I always say to the person, I'll say this. I genuinely don't think that I did anything wrong, and I'm going to be very honest with you. But I am sorry if it made you feel bad because it was not my intention to make you feel bad. I have said that because sometimes someone just wants to hear you say those words of "I'm sorry that I made you feel bad." That I think that makes people feel better that you are acknowledging that you are sorry that an action you did make them feel bad. I think that's a real thing, right? So I always say I will not just say I'm sorry.
Sorry that I made you. When people say sorry that you felt, there's a difference between saying sorry I made you feel bad and sorry that you felt a kind of way. Those are two very different apologies.
This is true. I don't say the first one. I say sorry that what I did made you feel bad. It was not my intention to do that. I was simply blah 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 blah.
But anyway, Mistress. So Mistress and Malaysia gathers Mistress one more time.
You are so problematic. Mistress, I wrote
Malaysia
down.
grabbed Mistress by the fucking all that hair. She gathered all that curly hair, that curly thick mane, and she fucking grabbed Men in Black, honey.
I wrote down, I think that Mistress brings up a very good point that the language that Malaysia is using can be dangerous, especially with the fans watching, because even they both agree that off camera, like they were playing into their usual dynamic that they have off camera. Like, I don't know what off camera means. I mean, from my experience on Drag Race, that means at lunch, on the bus, back at the hotel, when you get to go to the pool with someone, the gym with someone, whatever it is, like that is a dynamic that they have on camera. And I think that that's what she was playing into. And that's why some lines were crossed and lines are blurred.
I think that another mirror moment. Oh, not the section mirror moment, but I Harvey Guillen, we judged Dracula together.
Oh, he was also at our Just for Laughs show.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, that's what I told you. I was like, me and him judged Dracula together. Being a judge on a drag show is kind of strange. I'm not gonna lie.
Why?
It's just. I don't typically offer drag queens my thoughts on their drag to their faces. Like the only time I remember really talking about someone's drag is either on a review show or with a friend in private. But rarely do I just go up to a queen.
I want to say we have a podcast about where you literally do it weekly for the past 3 years.
I mean, I've done 3 seasons of the Pit Stop. I've done several seasons of this. I have my own show. But like going up to someone's face and being like, "This is what I thought about your," right after the performance when it's still raw, is not something I typically make a habit of doing. So it is very interesting.
You know, I judged some really great queens on Canada versus the World, and I didn't feel weird about it. I was like, I think that I have a very good opinion. I've been doing drag for a long time. I think I have a very strong point of view in drag, and I feel great offering my thoughts to these girls. And again, just like I do with judges on the show, I can take it or leave it. You know what I mean? Or like I can apply or let it fly.
No, I agree. I don't mind being judged. Like getting judged on the show is. I mean, I haven't done it in a long time, and so maybe I really don't quite really remember how it felt. And I never got anything too horrible, to be perfectly honest. But I do remember getting really harsh judging when I did Last Comic Standing and America's Got Talent, and it really crushed me. Like they were so mean. They were so mean.
The joke's on them.
Should we go into the looks?
Joke's on them.
Jokes on them. Thank you. Should we go into the looks?
Let's go into the lurks.
I love Harvey Guillen's top. This little pussy bow. Harvey Guillen looks so cute. I love this look.
I do love a pussy bow.
Carson always looks great. Everyone looks good.
They're all wearing blue besides Harvey, but the main judges are all wearing blue. RuPaul she's been into her little nude illusion midriff fantasy for a while now.
Yeah, she has. She's been living her little midriftiana dreams. So
little
Puffa
hussy.
Please. By the way, I can't believe they actually let them call the category Puffa Please.
Why? I mean, you're not saying the word.
I know, but it's just like, not Puffa Please.
Well, RuPaul loves the N-word. I've heard RuPaul say the N-word twice.
Yeah. I mean, RuPaul, yeah. A lot of black folks say the N-word, yeah.
I think that if it left its own devices, RuPaul would say it every week.
She probably does, just like you and me. So let's go into these looks. So Lucy LaDuca is the Stay Puft Michelin Man, and I love this coat. This coat looks really cool. I do wish the leotard had a little bit more design elements to it. Not necessarily elements to it.
When she first came out, I did not know who she was until I heard her talking head. I thought she was. I was like, she's Sailor Moon with a puffer coat on. I was like, I don't get it. But then she said she was this.
I recognized it immediately.
Really?
Immediately, yeah. But also, I grew up watching Ghostbusters. And the Stay Puft Michelin Man was like a big part of that. I always thought he was just the guy from Ghostbusters. I didn't realize that he had a whole thing outside of that until later on. So I recognized it right away. I think she looks good. I do think she is literally just wearing a white leotard over it though, which is a little bit kind of like you could have a little more design, but overall she does look good.
Yeah, I agree. Let's move on to Lux. So I think Lux is doing a play on because her purse is a balloon dog. So she's supposed to be like a balloon creature.
Is she? I mean, she looks good.
She's great.
Is she a balloon creature? I don't know. She said something. I can't remember what she said.
I don't remember either.
But she does look good though. I like this outfit and she looks really good. Yeah.
Yeah, Lux has been doing some really great runways and she is continued to come through.
Let's go into Spice. Spice,
I like that this is a different silhouette for Spice.
I agree, and she looks really good. This is
She
a
looks
great
hot.
look for her. She
Yeah.
looks. I have besides the I do hate that fucking walk. It is annoying, and maybe I'm just boring because like Marsha also did some walk that I hate. I can't remember what she did. I just remember writing down. I wish Marsha would have just walked. Oh, she was freezing. She was acting like she was cold the whole time. Part of me is like, can y'all just runway? Can we just runway? But you know, to each their own.
Yeah, I think I like Spice's look. I love the hair. I love the fur, the white, the colors look good. I think Spice looks good. I'm like, yes, give us variety, bitch. Like and this a little bit of Malaysia, not this week, but like when girls are packing, all your future bitches for season 16 and however many seasons, when you're going for the show and you're doing your runways. Like, I mean, just give yourself variety. Just don't pack so many of the same silhouette. The fact that Malaysia packed 5 gowns for runways, to me, that is crazy. That is crazy.
Bianca would like to have a word with you.
I mean, she did win, but also we can all agree, Bianca is an exceptional drag queen. Bianca is insanely funny, and she's good at all these things. You know what I mean? So, whatever.
Ora Mayori. I really like the coat. I don't love the pants, and
well, it's a Balenciaga moment. It's a nod to Balenciaga for sure.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, Balenciaga. This is a very Balenciaga silhouette.
What's the Balenciaga
in the pants? It's like the shoe into the stocking into the legging situation.
Oh, I don't love it.
Yeah.
I love the coat. I love the kimono though. The puff kimono is really cute.
I disagree. I like the whole look. I think it looks very chic. I like the hair with it too. I think this whole thing is very cute, and it's a very in a cool way that I would not think to do puffs and to have them in your kimono
skirt
sleeves.
A little bit.
A skirt? Yeah, could have been cute, but I happen to like this. I think it looks good.
Let's go on to
Sasha
Colby. This is so good.
She looks so fucking hot. I would fuck this queen. She looks so hot.
Yeah, this outfit is amazing. Sasha has pretty consistently, especially for the past 3 weeks, done some really amazing looks on the runway. And this bitch is a fucking great drag queen. Like, she is a fucking drag queen.
Yeah, this looks very good. Like how it's not just a regular little bodysuit. How like the different this looks, the asymmetry of it. Sasha looks so good, and the hair.
What I mean when I say, like, you know, Lucy just put on like a white leotard, and Sasha seemed to have really thought about the elements of like not just putting on just like a half yellow, half black leotard. She really, there's so many design elements going on.
Yeah,
not just the coat, you know.
I agree. Even how she look at the skirt. It's like the snappy part of like a skirt. She chopped it off and she like made it asymmetrical. I think it's just so good, so well done.
I agree.
I wish instead of that honey blonde, that 627 in the ball, I wish the ball was black. But I guess you want to give more dimension because if the ball was, I think it should have been black. But she's probably trying to give more dimension and more extra. I don't think she needs
it. Complements the coat, in my opinion.
The hair, the honey blonde.
Yeah, like the black and the lighter color complements the black and the yellow in the coat, I think.
No, yeah, that part, but the actual ball is 627. I see the yellow streaks, but the actual hair is like 627. I think it could have just been black. You would still see those yellow stripes.
Yeah, I like it. I think she's good.
It's a little nitpicking, not anything important.
So let's go to Jack. Okay, I was torn because I actually like this outfit. I do not like this hair. The hair
is always, Bob. The hair is always a miss every time.
And it's not that the hair is bad. It just doesn't make sense with this look.
Doesn't make sense. I don't understand. Even if this bitch has got a black kitty cat, it would have made more sense.
A black kitty cat would have been really cute with this.
You know, just why this hair? She's always fucking up with the hair every time. The hair is always. Her hair has not made sense with any look she's worn on the entire season.
The comment section is crazy. They cannot believe Monet would recommend a kitty cat. They're like, not Monet and the kitty cat. But no, a kitty cat would have made really good. But this look is really cute. It's not necessarily her fault, but like when you are a shorter person, you do have to be a little bit more conscious of your silhouettes. And she is a tiny queen.
Yeah.
But this, I would wear this outfit. I love this outfit.
Yeah, I agree. Let's go on to Miss Malaysia. Bitch, when this fucking bitch turned the corner, I said, Malaysia? The baby doll fox.
The baby doll
is coming to play drag. This is such a cute. This looks so cute.
Thank you for finally putting some respect on the fox's name. On the fox's name. No, Malaysia looks amazing. Malaysia, this is such a good look. Malaysia has hit her stride. Like something happened like 2 episodes ago. I think it was when Marsha cut her off. Something that lit a fire. And Malaysia has been. She even turned it up in the challenge. Like she was fading in Snatch Game, and we're gonna get to it. She was so good in this challenge.
Yeah. Like, I think Malaysia did a really good job.
And lining is great. This is
lining
so
it in that yellow to make everything else pop was great. I want my one little, if I have to nitpick, kind of like with Sasha, we've seen this hair a couple times. I wish you would have thought about some different hair with it. I like this hair with it, but it's something we've seen like her like 4 times now. But I think this look is, even the little juice box purse, she really nailed it. She looks really good.
Stunning. Let's go into Men in Black.
My girl.
Amazing. So good.
I love this queen. I love this queen. I love her. I love this bitch so much.
This is a very good look. She looks, I can't think of anything about this look that I dislike. Everything about this look is good. Are there
so
pockets?
good.
No, there's no pockets. No.
No pockets.
No, but this is a very good look. This is
even the small details, those black accents in the waistband on the thing, it's saying mistress on it. It's like those small details, right? Like I know Bob hates straight flat hair, but she's wearing straight flat hair with this, but it's teased, so it's volume in the straight flat hair, right?
I do not hate hair down like her. This is not unstyled human hair. Now, if you go back and look at Spice, I think Spice has unstyled human hair in her look, which I don't even hate it here because she has a hat on. But also, Mistress has on a hat, and this hair is also isn't it multicolor?
I don't remember that. I just thought it was blonde.
But I don't think this is just unstyled human hair wigs. I think that this looks really good. So I don't want to do not spread rumors that I hate.
No, I did not say you. I said you had
you
straight
said I
flat
know
hair.
Bob hates flat straight hair, that's verbatim.
You said on this podcast many times.
I said unstyled human hair wigs.
How do you know this is? How do you know this is? How do you know this is not unstyled?
Because you can tell there's a tease in it. Even you said there's a tease in it. Yeah, eat your words. Gobble gobble, bitch. Num num. Was that good? You want some of the hot sauce I spilled on the floor earlier?
But let's go on to to Anitra.
Okay, can I say real quick?
What?
Baby, where has Anitra been? There was a moment where I was like, oh my God, Anitra, where is she? She is so quiet. Are they editing her out? Is she just really quiet?
I think Anitra may be a really quiet girl. And I think because she had such a big splash in the first episode, we were all like, oh shit, Anitra's one to watch. I think Anitra may be a naturally quiet person, and maybe she doesn't excel in challenges outside of something like what she did because the talent show, you're doing something for what I think, you're doing something that is your thing, something that is in your bag, something you can do in your sleep to impress people. And maybe acting is not her thing and other things. And we have to wait to see a challenge she excels at again.
Yeah, she's been in the background.
I also think it's part of this episode, Sasha Colby also had no talking heads.
But she was still prominent though.
Yeah, but Sasha had that moment where she was in the middle of the argument, and she was trying to mediate between Malaysia Baby Doll and Lux and Mistress. But anyway, she looks pretty good. Like this look is not crazy, but she looks, again, I know I said this, but if I saw her in the club, I go, hey girl, and I probably wouldn't think much past that.
Yeah, I think it's fine. To me, this is a soft toot. It's fine.
It kind of looks like a coat you'd like buy in the real world.
Oh, girl, I think that's what it is. I mean, she said it was lined with this and that and the other, but it looks like, bitch, I can get this coat at Pretty Girl. Rainbow would like to have a word with Anitra about this coat.
Yeah. She does look good in red, though. She does look good in that color palette. Let's move on.
That pink and red is sexy.
Yeah.
Especially Valentine's Day. Selena has titties.
Thing she with her makeup, that little scar.
I want to start doing that. See, now, Shay does that. And I mean, I didn't know Anitra. Maybe Anitra does it a lot, but I know Shay for having the like bloop bloops. But who knows?
Not the bloop bloops. I love Selena's look. I think it's so cool.
Love Selena's look. I love it. It's such a smart idea. How she brought it in the middle and having all those little tchotchkes and all like the puffer thing. I think this is so well done. So Selena looks great. Love this look on Selena.
This is my favorite look Selena's done on the runway, actually.
I would agree.
And I love
I would
that
agree.
I love that you can see the polyfill in each pocket. And I love that she has a thing in each one. It's really a cool idea.
And the one that says her lipstick, Selena, based on her pocket. I think it was very well done. Very good job, Selena.
I didn't like the I don't like when people put stuff on their crotch as a joke. I don't know why. It's just not funny to me. I just don't think that's funny. I have Cheetos in my pussy. Okay. I remember I kind of got into it with Derek on my season because Derek put a reef on her pussy. And I was like, and I was like, that's not funny.
I'm going to play devil's advocate. I think there is a way that could be funny. I don't think Selena succeeded, but Bob loves to be like, I don't think that's ever funny. When I know if someone did it in a really funny way, Bob would find it funny. Like, again, I think there's something you could do, Bob, that I would find it very
I know
funny.
me better than you know me, bitch.
That's not true.
What Bob would do. I know Bob would think this more than Bob does. Nigga, know yourself. Start with that.
To thine own self be true. Let's go on to Marsha. It's fine.
It's not fine. It's not fine. First of all, this literally looks like a diaper. This is a diaper. She's wearing a diaper. And the legs are like, I don't know if the legs are actually filled themselves. They're like uneven. And I also wish she had just walked the runway instead of doing this whole like cold character thing. I do not like this look, and I don't think it's fine.
Yeah, it's not my favorite. I mean, and she keeps on doing this red thing, like for either her nose is bruised or she has sunburns. I'm like, bitch, put it on your face. Do your makeup. Stop spending time making your body burn, bitch. Burn your face. Do that. So yeah, I want to really, give her a clap for trying a little harder.
That's admirable. Should we get into the actual episode? The filming or the what do you call it? The challenge?
Yeah. What were those weird? I know they were trying to evoke some type of era of TV, but I didn't find it to be funny.
90 sitcom.
But 90 sitcom had the laughter applause to make you like, or
This had laughter too.
Oh, I didn't hear it on my. Maybe I wasn't listening to it. I mean, I watched the episode. I didn't like it. I did not like it. I didn't think it landed how they were intending it to.
I think, and I said this before, I think that Drag Race might be getting a little too self-referential at this point. Like it is to the point where if you have not watched Drag Race for seasons, you will be like, what the fuck are they talking about?
Yeah.
Like Aura was like, what? Aura was like, what is any holes ago? Like if you have not been watching Drag Race for seasons, I think the oldest joke they went back to was back to season, I think 10. They might have had some even before that. They even had some there were some old references in here. So I think Drag Race might be a little too self-referential these days in these challenges. And I wish they would just kind of just write things that are just funny just because they're funny, even if you don't watch Drag Race,
I want to go back a little bit. When in the runways, when Mistress came out and she said a puffer coat on a big girl would be an absolute disaster, I fucking lost my shit because I was like, that is hilarious. She's like, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna do this. Anyway, I wanted to give my girl a little. Yeah, I agree. I think they are getting a little too self-referential, and I think there is stake in referencing things outside of Drag Race, right? Like, there's a lot of pop culture going on, things that we all, as a world, view and we comment on. Like, I agree. I think they can work in some more of that stuff. So my aunt that watches every 12 seasons can watch a show and still find things funny and like carry on with the show. I agree. I agree.
Fair, in their defense, when you're there, you can't really make a current reference because whatever's current then is literally by the time I watch it is 10 months old. And there was also a point
is true.
in Drag Race
but
UK,
they used to do it before.
There was a point in Drag Race UK where they were making jokes about the Queen, and the Queen had passed away after they had filmed it.
But there are certain things, right? Like in season 9, we had a Kardashian the musical, and there are certain things. Yeah. Yes, they may not be as popular, but they are mainstays in pop culture that you can reference periodically to at least cut it up a little bit.
Well, yeah, Drag Race does that with like Britney the musical and stuff like that. Yeah. No, Britney was in the Kardashian musical. Was she?
A Kardashian. Britney Spears.
Britney. Which one was Britney in? Pat Perry played Britney.
Pat played Britney.
Yeah. Do you watch the show, Tamar?
No, this was you're thinking Alaska when they all did the Britney
Peppermint
looks.
played Britney Spears.
I don't remember this.
During the musical. Jacob, what was the musical for season 9? It
It was Kardashian's Rusical.
It was the Kardashian. It should have been Black China.
And Pep played Britney.
Why would Pep play Britney and Kardashian the Rusical?
Because I think that Kim Kardashian used to organize Britney's closet or something.
Paris Hilton.
Well, Paris was in it too.
I'm looking. Give me one second.
For some reason,
Peppermint was Britney. Peppermint was Britney Spears.
Yeah.
Oh, no, Bob. That's All Stars 8. Oh my
God. Peppermint was Britney Spears on 9. I'm telling you.
We can't talk about this. We need to move on.
Not Jacob. Jacob his Marshall bag today.
Well, after the reunion, we can't talk about All Stars 8.
What reunion? Jacob, there's no reunion. The girls of seasons All Star 7 were just going to hang out. There was no reunion.
Oh yes, after.
I wish that Malaysia, when she spoke in tongues, she would have used some lyrics from "Call Me Mother."
Oh, that would have been a good one.
I wish she would like that'd have
been good.
Giggity how get back
I was thinking she could have said some things like "Arrive at a Honda, leave an Lexus," like things like that. That could be like people would be able to pull in. I agree.
That's a little too Tyler Perry. I don't think Tyler Perry made it up, but Tyler Perry, is
that Tyler Perry?
I bought a Mazda, but I should have bought a Honda. I don't know if that is. I don't know. If,
No, we used to say that back when we used to go to when none of us spoke tongues yet, because we thought that the spirit didn't get us yet. We would like say things like "Arrive in a Honda, leave it a Lexus."
Tyler Perry was writing musicals and plays way before you were skip.
Yeah, but they weren't popular like that.
Yes, they were.
Hold on. Yes, he was.
Speak for yourself.
Yes.
You're in New York, and in Georgia they were massive.
Well, they weren't popular for us. They were not popular for us. I'm not saying he didn't start writing them yet, but they were not popular.
A little bit of Tyler Perry could sneak up to, which it wasn't the 1800s. I bet a little bit of Tyler Perry could have made its way up to New York City even. I bet
maybe, but I would say, but they were not pop culture for us in the church in New York City at my church.
Why discredit like the hardest working?
Because of his misogynoir against black women, honey. That's why.
Yeah, I'm sure that's the reason why. I mean, I'm acting like I love Tyler. I have practically no.
Wow, you heard it here first. Bob worshipped at the church of Tyler Perry.
You know me. If there's one thing I love, it is religious-based Christian movies.
Well, Bob, I don't know. Since you're working with Madonna, you've changed. You've changed.
And you know what? And our Lord and Savior like to have a word with you. Honey.
In the stars of the challenge, I would say the stars of Malaysia, Mistress. And I also really, really, really enjoyed Lucy LaDuca's part.
Well, whose name did you say first? Who was the first one you said?
I said Malaysia, Mistress, and Lucy.
Yeah, exactly.
But I do think Mistress was the best overall, but I did enjoy Malaysia's as well.
I'm just being silly. Mistress did a good job. Malaysia did a great job. I also thought that I genuinely thought that Marsha had a great moment with who was Marsha teamed up with for a second there?
Selena?
Yeah, Selena and Marsha had a great moment. Marsha was like acting. Like I was like this. Like Marsha could really be on. Marsha was really good in the show. I genuinely thought that Marsha did a really good job. I was very impressed with how much mileage she got out of that little part. Anitra was really stayed quiet the whole time, and that Danny Trejo bit coming in at the end was really funny.
Did you? Okay, I didn't think it was that funny. Like, I like Danny Trejo. He's my favorite character from Spy Kids. But I thought I was like, okay.
I thought it was funny. I think just the cultural reference to Danny Trejo walking through the door saying a bunch of Drag Race quotes over and over again, to me is a very funny concept.
Oh, I did not think so. I was like, okay, sure.
Wow, you're banned from Trejo Donuts. Banned.
I will say this. Fucking Lux's fucking Southern accent was despicable. Lux was just doing Lux. She's like, oh my God, yeah, because the girls like need to go down. I was like, Lux, not even trying.
It didn't even register me that she was doing a Southern accent. It literally never even registered me that she was ever doing a Southern accent. So, yeah, the way Lux talks is so Northeast. Northeast.
It's like, okay, so when Naomi's on this podcast, I realized there's so much about Lux that really reminds me of Naomi Smalls.
Is it L.A.? Well, I think when I said that she was dark skinned Naomi, y'all act like I was crazy, but now you're saying it.
Well, because Naomi brought up points when she was here, and like Lux had said that like Naomi Smalls is like one of her favorite is her favorite Drag Race queen. Like so,
listen,
obviously,
Naomi has a lot of fucking sons in this world, honey. She's birthed a lot of these kids, honey. Let me tell you, the queens who I really think literally birthed a lot of queens.
You're frozen.
Am I frozen for you, Jacob?
You're back.
The queens who I think have really birthed a lot of queens. Raven has birthed a lot of queens. Trixie Mattel has birthed a lot of queens. Naomi Smalls has birthed a lot of fucking queens.
Who else?
Those are the only three, the main three I can think of right now. Kennedy Davenport, but also I don't know if Kennedy Davenport. I mean, obviously RuPaul, yeah, sure. But
not Kennedy Davenport.
No, I think there's like that. A lot of the way that she's performing, the way that Chi Chi DeVayne used to worship at the altar of Kennedy Davenport. So does Mistress Isabel Brooks, especially in the way they perform. A lot of the way that they're performing is very reminiscent of the way that Kennedy. A lot of them are literally doing Kennedy Davenport's exact dance moves.
Well, I will say but a lot of that, I don't know how much I was chucking up to Kennedy. I'm not trying to invalidate Kennedy, but I thought a lot of that was just like how a lot of Southern dancing queens perform. You know what I mean? Especially going around, that's how a lot of them dance. I thought that was just like a Southern dancing thing.
Well, Chi said that she got a lot of. Chi said specifically a lot of her, the way that she learned to dance was from watching Kennedy Davenport videos, specifically from watching Kennedy Davenport videos.
Work. Yeah. And that being said, the winner of this week's challenge is finally, because she's been robbed a couple times, she should have about 2 wins under her belt, maybe 3. But Mistress finally wins the challenge.
Yeah, Mistress MIB, and I think she deserved to win the challenge. She did a really, really good job,
and her runway was fabulous.
If I would have given it, if I was giving out high, say whatever the kid's doing, I would say second place for me would probably go to Malaysia.
I would say that too. Her runway was fabulous, and she did a great job.
Yeah, they worked really well together.
They did. Honestly, I admire putting your bullshit aside and just getting the job done.
Yeah, for sure.
I do it weekly, twice a week on this in my life.
Anyway, so I had that moment with Derek Barry where Derek Barry had to put our differences aside to come together and work as a team. Did you have any like rivalries during your season? Like
no, Bob. Everyone likes. I get along with everyone. No one has a.
That's not true.
Bad blood with
That's
anyone.
not true. Do we need to run back all the scandals we have of the queens?
And who was the at the epicenter of all of them? Who was the reason?
What is your point in any of this? What's your part in any of this?
No. I don't have to have a part in it. My part is you instigating all my fights.
What's your part in any of this?
Bob is like, y'all ever see those viral videos of like people fighting and like the big sister is the one doing all the talking and then the little sister has to fight? That's literally me. I'm the little sister like, no, I don't want to. But I was like, yeah. And he go whoop your ass. I'd be like, no, I don't want to fight. Yeah. You see my little sister? She go, take off your book bag. Take off your book bag. Tie your hair up. You're fighting right now. That's me.
What is your part in it's all me. You have no say in this. You just
yes. Correct.
Someone needs to learn about taking responsibility for their actions. But so the bottom 3 are Spice, Jax, and Miss Aura Mayori.
Yeah, I would have definitely put Aura. It could have been any. Those all 3 of them were terrible. But runways, I think Spice's runway was better. Spice and Aura had to me the same level. Definitely Jax for sure. But Spice or either of them could have been the bottom. I'd have been like, sure.
The only thing I didn't like about Jax's runway was her hair. The rest of it I liked. I just didn't like the hair. And I wish that Aura had a skirt on instead of the pants. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But Spice, I do think Spice's runway was just a solid look. I mean, a part of it is it is a little bit pedestrian. And when I say pedestrian, I don't mean like if I saw a person on the street wearing this, I'd be like, wow, you are really wearing a very intricate outfit. But for drag, it is a scotch pedestrian for drag. When you put her next to, if you put Spice between Malaysia and Mistress, you'd be like, where's the drag? Look on the screen. Imagine putting Spice directly between Malaysia and Mistress, and you'd be like, this is a little bit pedestrian.
Yeah, I would agree with that. But I also, y'all know me. I like a pedestrian look. I wear pedestrian stuff very often.
But you don't do it on the runway. You don't do it on the runway of RuPaul's Drag Race. There's a time and a place. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Oh my God, you'll becoming someone's mama. There's a time and a place for everything. Oh my God.
Anyway, so Spice is safe, and the bottom two are Jax and Mayuri. And I always
Jax
say,
is
reserve my judgment until I hear the song. What was the song again, Jacob?
oof. I definitely don't know.
No, it was.
it was. Oh no, I do remember. It was Sweetest Pie by Megan Thee
Sweetest Pie.
Stallion and Dua Lipa.
Soon as I heard Dula Peeps, I said, everyone say goodbye to Mayuri. Everyone say goodnight. Everyone say goodbye, because Jax was eating down. Jax went. Jax really ate. She really did go bananas on this. I think.
I agree.
I think that the Aura also, it makes sense why she took off her kimono, because it was so massive, and she said it was like 40 pounds. But also, like, wait a little, like at the top of the number, like, y'all, come on, like, save something, build to something. And also, the moment she took it off, she was just like, she was in the most underwhelming outfit you could be in. Like, the moment she took off the puffer quote, she was just in a pair of leggings.
The puffer quote. The puffer quote. I saw we. And Jax was mollywopped. Jax is obviously very acrobatic. We've seen from week one, and Jax has she moves very swiftly. I do wonder, like, if she has to lip sync again, have we seen everything? Is it going to be the next time we see a lip sync? Are we going to be like, girl?
Well, you never know. You know, people think that Brooklyn Heights is every time she's going to be kicks and splits. But if you go see Brooklyn Heights on tour, she does a ballad down. Same with Kenny Davenport. Kenny Davenport does a ballad down.
Have you seen Kenny Davenport do the Gladys Knight 11-minute number?
Yeah, I have. It's really good.
So
on
good.
the internet. I've never seen it in person, but I've seen it on the internet though. Yeah.
Yeah.
So just because a girl bucks doesn't mean she can't, park and bark.
This is true. But Jax sends Mayuri home, and Mayuri, she put out. Did you see her merch she put out?
I will say this: there are very, very few queens I know who do great park and barks who are young. Like, I don't know a whole lot of queens who do a fierce park and bark who are like in their 20s. Like, we just named like Brooklyn Heights.
Monet.
How old do you think you are? I want you to tell me.
You think Brooklyn Heights is in her 20s?
No. I said I don't know a lot of queens who are in their 20s who do a great park and bark.
Then you said Brooklyn Heights.
No, Monet. I'm naming queens who aren't in their 20s. All the queens I named who do great park and barks, none of them are in their 20s.
Well, I'm in my 30s. You want to give me some flowers?
It's still listening comprehension for me, Monet.
Do you want to give me some flowers?
No, because you're not in your 20s. You don't fall into the category, Monet. It's not about you. This has nothing to do with you. Everything's not about you.
Do you think Naomi Smalls can do a good park and bark?
I've never seen Naomi do a park and bark, and I
have. She did I'll never love this way. That Arizona sky from
Spit it out.
Shout. From what?
I just said spit it out.
Jacob, what's that movie with Lady Gaga and Bradley Cooper? Oh my God. A Star Is Born. She does a great battle with that. It's really beautiful.
Bob, have you seen Monet do any park and bark numbers before she turned 30?
Yeah, I saw them. Should we keep moving? Should we move it on? Should we keep going?
You are such a bitch. You are such a bitch.
You have any other questions?
You are such a bitch.
Monet does a great. Well, you're not parking in the opera. You bark, but you don't park. You move around a little bit, and you do a reveal.
I do a little reveal.
I saw someone posted your thing on Reddit, and everyone said, "Do you think this is going to be a reveal?" It's Monet in this like massive coat. Everyone said, "Do you guys think she's going to reveal?"
You know, one of my favorite TikToks is what I did of you, Shannon and Eureka, at the season 2 Rear premiere. You have on our pink Dreamgirls outfit. Eureka.
I look good though.
You look great. You look beautiful.
Well, I didn't feel like changing up too much, so I just put something on top. But honestly, I look good. I need to wear that more often. I look good.
No, you, bitch. That's ours. You wear it when we say you can wear it.
You wear yours, and I wear mine when I wear mine. Let's
no,
make that
you
clear.
cannot. If I come out somewhere,
what you gonna do?
I see. If
you know what? I
costume,
was somewhere, and you saw me wearing it. You know what you did? You took a picture, you posted it on the internet. You shut the hell up.
I approved it because I was there.
And I approved it. Up. You sit down. I shut my fat ass up. You were there when I wore it. You didn't do nothing. And that's what you're gonna do next time too. So, oh yeah, I did see Aura's Did she release aquarium merch?
Aquarium, what do you mean?
Or release a shirt that said "Any hole is a goal"?
I thought it said any hole is a hole because that was the line she kept on messing
Yeah,
up.
any
is
hole
that
is a
what she said?
hole.
Oh.
Yeah.
Atlanta Public School. If y'all want to see Ora Mayori's butt, Ora Mayori posted. Let me see it. Hold on. Ora Mayori. Why does she not pop up? Oh, am I blocked?
Shut up.
No, I don't think.
Oh, she pops up for me.
I'm not blocked. There's no way I'm blocked. No, she's here. Oh, it says any hole is a hole. Oh, okay, that's funny.
Yeah, and it's a cute merch. I'll
But if
buy
y'all
that
want to see Aura's butt, she posted the whole thing, not the whole thing, not the whole thing, the whole thing.
I said this from the beginning. Aura should have all the cringe queen stuff and Kiss My Muscles. Aura should have really leaned into that. I think Aura should have sold a cringe queen T-shirt. Aura should sell 8x10s of her out of drag, kissing her muscles. Bitch, that's the stuff we want. Baby, lean into DragCon LA is coming up. Lean into it, Aura. If you hear this, Aura Mayari, you need to make cringe queen merch, and you need an 8x10 in black and white, no shirt of you kissing your fucking muscle, and sell that shit at DragCon. I'll buy one.
Monet, just tell her to make an OnlyFans at this point. Jesus Christ.
I'm just telling her.
Like, you need a video of you getting your back blasted out. Hear me out. Listen. You're on a bed, holding your legs, ankles by your ears, getting fucking
like that's what we want. Aura, give us a pin of just your bicep with like a kiss on it. Like that's what we want.
I always tell Monet because Monet be trying to. I think Monet's taking some advice for herself here because Monet does the thing where Monet wants to sometimes distance herself from certain things, and I'm always like, Monet, do the hits. I'm like, Monet, do the fucking hits. Like when we did our tour, I was like, Monet, we're just gonna come out to first and soak it up. Just don't try to, because there was something when I was saying she didn't want to do sponges anymore. It was something recent when I was like, I don't want to do sponge. I don't do a sponge.
It wasn't for our tour. It was something else.
It was something I don't remember what it was. But Monet was like, I don't want to do a sponge thing. And I was like, Monet, just do the hits. You can always do more stuff down the line. I was like, bitch. I remember when I saw I didn't see her there, but what is that cabaret space right next to Ellen Stardust Diner? It's called like the Iridium. I think it's called the Iridium. It's here in New York City. And someone went to go see Jennifer Holiday there. And they're like, girl, 40 years later, she is still singing, and I'm telling you. And that's because if you went to go see a Jennifer fucking Holiday concert, how would you feel if she did not do, and I'm telling you. She did the whole show, and she said, thank you, good night, and you didn't hear, and I'm telling you. I would be like, I want it here, and I'm telling
you. Come back for the not Christmas show.
Did you do Purse First, your troubadour show?
Yeah. Thank you, Jacob. Did you do Purse First? So if I went to the Bob the Drag and Troubadour show and I bought my motherfucking ticket thinking I would see Purse, but I didn't see it, I want a refund. How about that?
But I did.
I love when Jacob will come in and gather your black ass. Thank you, Jacob.
So I'm about to Malaysia Baby Doll Fox all of you. You and Lux, Mistress Men in Black and London Lux Noir.
Jacob will read the dolls.
I believe you got to do the hits, Miss Mamas, do the hits. Also, thanks to everyone who came to the Troubadour show. We were turned up. And if you want to go, also over my YouTube page, I'm releasing a video. Me and Ocean Kelly did a countdown of our favorite 10 verses in the history of Drag Race. Top 10 verses in the history of Drag Race.
And Ocean Kelly produced most of the album with another person to do it. So Ocean Kelly is great.
Yeah, Ocean Kelly's phenomenal. Ocean Kelly, when I'm right now, Ocean Kelly, when it comes to this list, Ocean Kelly knows what the fuck he's talking about. Monet, what was next week's challenge? I can't remember. What was next week's challenge?
I don't remember.
The Lollapalooza.
I hate Lala. I mean, it's fine.
Who's going home?
Who's going home?
I think it's gonna be everything nice.
Spice? Oh yeah. Spice can't lip sync against any of these girls. Spice is going home down.
Imagine if the first one is like Spice versus Anitra. Anitra's over here fucking dipping, jumping, splitting, and Spice is like
going home. Going home.
That shit is maybe she's a little cringy. She's a little cringy too. RuPaul,
Yeah, Spice is absolutely going home for sure.
Watch she wins. Watch she wins, and we're both looking crazy as hell.
Bitch, they could put the Powerpuff Girls theme song, and this bitch ain't winning. Sugar, Spice, and everything nice. This bitch is still not winning.
That's not the Powerpuff Girl theme song.
Yes, it is.
Well-
Dun dun da 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 da.
No weapon of fighting crime, trying to save the
Save
world. Here they come just in time.
Oh, the Powerpuff Girls.
Then it goes, Bubbles, she is the joy and the laughter. Buttercup, she is the strongest fighter. Something. Powerpuff said that. But I do remember they go in the city of Townsville.
Yeah.
But then it goes into the song. I think the Powerpuff, that song we were singing is the closing credits actually.
Yeah, it starts with the professor making sugar, spice, and X, everything nice. Yeah.
Yeah, they had different songs beginning. Anyway, well, I love you so much, and
I'm happy you got in a good mood. I was nervous about today, y'all.
nigga, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
We started this podcast,
Shut
and I was
the
like,
hell up. How about that?
oh Lord. And me and Jacob were sitting
how about we
here.
start with you shutting the fuck up?
We were sitting here.
Honey.
Bob was like, I can't get this to work. I was like, oh God, here we
First of
go.
all, I was
But
sleepy.
you put it
I
together.
told you guys I was sleepy, and just because I have a level of professionalism, so when the camera turns on, I'm not a curmudgeon like you were. But if y'all want to see Monet when she can't get her attitude together, go back and watch the Bob Ross challenge, and you'll see what it's like to work with someone
my God.
who can't flip the switch and make it work for camera. So yeah, I was a little sleepy
because
woke up and
I
said,
give our followers the realness. I don't give them this big the realness. Dun 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 dun. The
and I give them
realness.
the professionalism. So yes, I was yes, when I was sleepy. It took me a second to wake up. I was not in a bad mood. I wasn't grumpy. I wasn't snapping. I was just sleepy and moving slowly. Do you mind? That's okay with you, right? You don't mind, do you?
And do you want to all the fans saying that Monet would have literally a landslide, that I will body you on a dick sucking contest. Body you.
You literally Monet.
Read the comments, baby.
Okay,
on
first
YouTube.
of all,
and
I don't care what the comments are saying. I don't care what the comments are saying. Monet, first of all, your toothy ass
it fixed itself because I'm at the end of my Invisalign. It fixed itself.
Scrapers. That's what we call you. Them we call dick scrapers. Okay. Monet, first of all, let me tell you right now, there is a way we could resolve all this. I'm gonna put that right there. We can resolve all of this. Honey.
So you sucking Andy's dick?
No, and you not sucking Jacob's dick. We don't find a third party. We could have this resolved very easily. If you are a patron out there and you are attracted to both me and Monet, and if you're one of our listeners and you're attracted to both, we will fly you out to LA. We will put you up in a nice hotel.
Flew out.
We're going to give you 3 nights. The first one of us is going to go. We're going to give you a whole day as a palate cleanser. Actually, I'm going to go first because once Monet scrapes all the skin off your dick, I don't want to go in second after you're all chopped and screwed, honey. Okay, Monet, let's fly someone. We're going to fly someone out. We're going to officially get this whole thing done. We're going to do a whole Patreon exclusive.
I'm in a monogamous relationship.
Exactly.
Exactly. The only answer is you have to suck Andy's dick.
You've had excuses. That's not. How's it monogamous if I'm sucking Andy's dick?
I'll let it.
Listen,
I'll let it fly.
You've had excuses ever since you were single. I have told you time. I've been Cyndi Lauper time after time. I'm stepping up to the plate, honey. Okay, you don't want any of this.
Oh my God. Okay, wait. So I'm gonna Anyway, we're not doing that.
Yeah, because you don't want to get dusted. Exactly. And then all your little Monations, they're gonna have to acknowledge, honey. And
Anyway.
Once that person gets on and says unequivocally, without a shadow of a doubt, Bob the drag queen bodied that, and Monet left me literally scraped and screwed.
Bitch, goodbye.